Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is MJ and I've got a brand new build to show you guys. I literally just got done with it. It took some time. It took like a whole week to do, but I'm very proud of it. It's a 3-story Asian style home. It's inspired by the shop houses here in Tomarang. Let me show you. So if you are new to The Sims, um, there's an expansion pack called For Rent that came out some years ago, and its neighborhood has a lot of these Southeast Asian style shop house. So I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and try this lot out. It's been a while since I tried out this different style. I had a storyline in mind for an LP, and bottom line, it came down to this sort of style and location for it. So, what's attached to it is a small business venue for the family that lives here, and yeah, I didn't even know my idea was going to turn into all of this, but let me share with you how this all got started. So, I'm going to take you through a tour of the family business part. So, in the meantime, also, I had this idea that I wanted to revisit Get to Work. So, I wanted to play it in the way it was intended to be played. And part of that storyline was making an intern for the doctor career. So, I made an intern, made her a young adult, made her a student, and I thought to myself, do I have her live alone? Does she live in a dorm, or do we give her family? And I thought to myself, she needs a family. And giving her a family, making her a mom, a dad, a grandma, a brother, made me want to kind of expand this into more gameplay. So, right now we are in the waiting room of the family business. This is actually a wellness center. So I thought to myself, if I'm going to play in the doctor career and I have additional family members, why not expand on that with the other wellness related activities that we have in the game? So while my doctor intern will help be a staff member to her parents who run this business, the parents themselves have additional roles that I think will be really cool for this. Now, in this waiting room, there's the kiosk. Before I move any further, I want to let you guys know this is functional for businesses and hobbies. You can have patrons come through the door however style you want. There's a lot of compound here for gameplay. Through this door, this little screen door over here, is where Dad's office is. Now, Dad is a retired doctor, and he now is in the apothecary career, using his knowledge of medicine to help people out with their ailments. So I thought that was pretty fun. So I wanted a little office here to, play up that role. According to what I've seen, I believe when you play in the apothecary career, a sim will come to your house and they will have an ailment and you'll need to treat them. So I imagine them coming here, sitting down in this chair, and then whatever elixirs you have, you treat them with. So I made this shelf here for you to put all your elixirs and cures, and I also have cabinets and extra shelving about to help store these things. Now, this door that we're looking at leads to Dad's workshop. Now, Dad's workshop is a place where he can actually craft his apothecary crafted items. And as you can see by this lantern here, there's a lot of influence here from different cultures. So you'll see a little bit of Vietnamese culture, you'll see Thailand culture, you'll see a little bit of Chinese, Japanese, and so I think this was really cool. Um, Also, the rest of this workshop area is just like storytelling, little clutter here, little clutter there, to help give the vibe that this is an actual workshop and it's functional. Now, let's move on. Oh, before I move on, let me show you a little bit. There's this door back here in Dad's office that represents the access to the actual family residence. So me being a builder, having floor plan in mind, I thought, there will be days where I don't want to wait for my sim to walk all the way around through the front door just to get into his office. So I went ahead and put a little shortcut for him and the mom that runs this business. So back out here in the waiting room area, There's also an access point to the lower level. So there are basement steps, and if you go down these basement steps, it will lead you down to mom's space. So here is mom's space. Mom is a yoga instructor. She teaches yoga classes here, and if you've ever played with the yoga instruction mat, yoga mats will spawn when other NPC Sims come to the lot. And so I thought that was a really cool effect. Also, with the meditation stool, it's the same thing. When you run a meditation guided class, you just click on the stool, and whoever shows up for your class, their stools spawn on their own. So you don't need to provide any down here. Now, because this is a multicultural family that I plan to play with here, I did put an altar down here just for them to, make their offerings and have a place for them to, have prayer, just a sacred place. So I enjoy this for them. It's a storytelling factor. You don't have to have it if you don't want to. Tamarani cultural sims, they have specific altars that they can go to click on and make an offering. I cannot fit that in this build because I don't have a yard, and that object is like 6 tiles wide or something like that. I think it takes up 6 tiles. Anyway, this is my pretend version of that. Also over here we have mom's nook. Mom is also running her side of the business, so she has to have a little space to take care of some things on her computer, or at least writing her bucket list or read her book. So yeah, it's a very nice space. And even over here to the back, we have a bathroom area for the clients that come over. It has a toilet in here. I'm in tab mode, so sometimes you can't see that. And yeah, I put the little squat toilet because that's a additional feature with the for rent pack, and I thought it was pretty funny. I use that toilet from time to time, and I think it's a pretty funny add-on. Also, I added a shower in here because you're doing physical activity. So, yoga's not a lot of physical activity, but for me, you never know how your Sims will be feeling or what needs they may have. And we got so many layers to this lot. It just comes in handy, trust me. All right, now let's go on back upstairs. Okay, so that is all of the not residential, that is all of the small business side to this lot. Now, the next side of this lot is the residential area, what the family's doing when they're not either having an active day at work, when I'm not playing at the doctor career, when I'm not giving yoga lessons or handing out apothecary cures and elixirs. This is where all the lounging and just family fun time will be. So let's talk about this build. Now, this is a beautiful door that came with the for rent pack, and it basically is the only one that functions as the shop house entrance. You could choose any door you want, but this is what came with that pack, and I like this color scheme, so I based the rest of the house off of this black and gold. And yeah, it's the face of the house. So in the courtyard itself, it's very small. You could probably fit a few planters out here if you'd like to. I do have a grill out here because I like to have different recipes, and I like to grill recipes. I also have shoes out here. So just as part of gameplay, in certain households you may have the no shoe rule, and I like that for gameplay. It's outside because a lot of real life videos that I've seen of people who have houses like this, they really put their shoes out here like this. So I went ahead and did that because I thought, yeah, I like having that piece of realism here. Now, here's the actual indoor space. This whole main level, what you'll see is basically living room, dining, and kitchen, and it all matches this aesthetic of gold and black and white. So here's our living room and our entertainment area. As you can see, the family definitely reflects that wealth that they have from owning a business and dad's many years as an actual doctor. I wanted to make it to where they came off as someone or as a family that is wealthy but not bougie. Like they're humble, but they have good taste in things. And I also made this place very homey as well. Like there are a few vintage items in here as well. So this is their living space. Now, Throughout the next doorway, this is a beautiful archway from Roma Magic, if you're wondering. Throughout the next archway, this is the dining space. Now, again, this is a multicultural family, and I like to think of the dad and Grandma Nai as Sims who are of Kamaribi heritage. So I did put a tatami mat in here. I thought it was something cool to add as a nod to their culture, and I haven't played with this in a while, so I thought, you know what, why not? Let's bring it on back, dust it off, and play with it. Also, there's that door I talked about of having access as the owners of the small business next door. It makes sense to have additional access when you're not at the front of the lot. So don't forget to lock that if you play in this house and want to use this in that small business way. Also, we have the entryway to the kitchen. Now, this is a really cool kitchen, and I want to talk about how cool this kitchen is, because this was so challenging to start off with. First of all, this main floor has really high walls. It's the mid-height wall, and I don't usually build houses with that wall type, but I had to here because it's a shop house, and that's, you know, literally the style of the home based off of the doors that were given in the build by. So anyway, I had to work with these really tall walls, but I wanted to make a homey style kitchen. I wanted to reflect the wallpaper, white and black and gold, that I had with the design choice that I chose. And I filled this room with all black, and it was just way too much, and it felt like a cave. What helped me solve that problem was I came across the Mount Kamarabi wallpaper. I forgot what the actual term is called for what that actually is, but yeah, it's the Mount Kamarabi wallpaper and a mixture of backsplash. So this backsplash is an item that is in what, the wall poster or wall decal section. It's one tile, and I sized it up. I maxed up that size, and I put it on the back of this wall, so now it takes up half of the wall, and I think it looks amazing. I think it looks gorgeous, and that struck a nice balance without being it too dark in here or too light in here. I wanted it to feel cozy and warm. So yeah, it's a good vibe, and I like all the fixtures, and it has all, you know, all of the necessary needs to have a functioning kitchen. You got your hot pot here. We have a rice cooker over there. We also have the recipe books. We have multiple ones. I couldn't choose or decide which one I wanted. But as you know, you have certain family recipes that you can cook. And I like that storyline. We also got a void critter backpack. Not backpack. What is that? Lunch bag. Because we do have a child sim in the house. And this tea kettle that I absolutely adore because, you know, it's a cool functioning item. And you can make different drinks from it. So I love this sort of gameplay. Also, I didn't even mention this little tea tray. This came with my wedding stories, and you're able to throw a tea gathering event if you'd like, or just, you know, brew some tea and then pour teacups for everyone. So this was so cute, and I loved adding it. This was a recent addition. I haven't tried this out yet, so I'm excited to try this one out. This came with the recent tea party kits. I think it's called Tea Time Solarian or something like that. So I'm interested to see, is it different from this kind, or does it have different flavors? Let me know down in the comments if you guys have already tested that out. So let's go on to the next part of the house. The next floors that you will see are just straight bedroom. So let's go into here. This first bedroom is the grandmother's bedroom. Her name is Nai, and yeah, this was just a reflection of the parents' taste. They wanted to make a room for her, feel special, and make it cozy for her. I didn't think that she would be someone that would like a black room or black wallpaper, so they chose green for her. So that is the storyline that I'm sticking with. They chose green for her, and I think it's beautiful and lovely. I also chose this wallpaper, not wallpaper. What is this? The ceiling tiles that you see are from businesses and hobbies. people usually use this on the floor, but I tried it on the ceiling and it matched this wallpaper so well. This is the Royalty and Legacy wallpaper, and this molding that's on the wall too is also from Royalty and Legacy. Very nice. But anyway, this is Nana's room. She has her own personal altar in here. I just thought that was fitting for a grandparent. They probably want something more personal. So yeah, she even has her little offering bowl of fruit right there. I thought it was very cute. And then also we have just her hobbies over here. She's into cross stitching and yarn, and she's, she be in the kitchen too. She likes cooking and baking, so that's for her. And she has a little rocking chair where she can reminisce. So that is Nai's room. Also, I'm gonna show you real quick the bathroom. So this is Nai's bathroom. Very simple room, nothing out of the ordinary. Just, again, we got gold fixtures. I didn't want to put black in here because I felt that wasn't Nai's style, and I kind of did the same for the parents' bedroom when you see it. So here's their suite. It matches the aesthetic downstairs. Their bathroom is a little different, but their actual bedroom matches downstairs. Yeah, again, reflecting that they have taste. They are of wealth, but they're humble. And yeah, I put clutter in here that shows they're minimal, but they live here. So this is a pretty cool room. They have somewhere where they can sit and watch TV, and they do have access to this balcony. Now, if they just want to go out and get some air, that's cool. I didn't think that they would actually come out here on the balcony, so I didn't extend it or make it huge. It's just for aesthetics. But I will let you know that it is extendable. If you want to pull this out, it is literally a room. You can drag that balcony out as far as to the end of the, fence that we have here. Anyway, let's show you guys the restroom. Over here we have his and hers bathroom. So they got the double sink going on. I used clutter items from various different kits, and it turned out really, really nice. Also, they have a tub in their room. So something about them being into mindfulness and wellness and health, I figured they want to take those spa baths from Spa Day, which are really cool items that I've always enjoyed. Not items, but they're interactions that you can do if you have Spa Day, and you can make your tub a certain scent, or mud bath if you'd like. So those are pretty cool. Now next we're gonna go upstairs to check out the kids' rooms. Now their kids, well, technically they have one child sim, the other one is a young adult, but we're going to check out the child sim's room. This child sim, he is a Void Critter fan. So I'm sorry, my camera moves around a lot because this is the 3rd level, and as you know, if you've played The Sims a lot, the higher you go up, the more crazy your camera gets. But anyway, this is a kid's room, and I wanted to make it look kid friendly, so it's very colorful on purpose. He's a Void Critter lover, so we have the battle station. I do plan to level him up, collect some cards, win some cards, trade some cards. That should be pretty fun. And I also put a shelf over here for him to store extra cards that he gets. He also has a backpack where he can store any of his findings from, because that is functional and it acts as storage. Now he also has Void Critter prints because he loves void critters. He has a little chemistry set over here. It's an item only accessible to kids, and I got the Mount Kamaribi version because it looked cuter than the base game one, and it allows your Sims to build their logic skill, but also give little potions to interact with different Sims. So he can make angry potions, happy potions, or energized potions, and he could be a prankster or he can help somebody out. So I thought that would be helpful, especially since my household is very career heavy. They might need that energy. Now he does have this little play table to craft some items with. I thought that was pretty cool as well. And then he has somewhere to do his homework, play on his tablet, or write in his journal. If you have parenthood, kids go through moods and phases, so this is definitely handy for him. He also has an imaginary friend. I have yet to play with that, so I want to play with it. So if you want, I'm telling you, I've thought about just about every gameplay you could have in here. So if you're somebody who wants to explore these different things, then you might like downloading this build, because it might inspire you to actually, build your own family and play in this way so you can experience these things. Like I said, I bought the pack. I buy the packs when they come out, at least in these recent years, and I still have yet to play the gameplay because I'm so busy. Either I go to work and I get into a building mode, and there's just so many features I have yet to actually play with. Here's the shared bathroom up here, for anybody that's on this floor. Now, again, the kid that's in that other room, this is his domain because he's usually primarily using this bathroom. So all of his stuff is in here, which is why there's a bunch of void critter stuff. But it's cute though. It's cute to me, and I finally got the opportunity to use that kit, and all that kid color swatches and all of that. These were very cool for that. So very nice. That's the shared bathroom. And then over here, like I said, we do have another daughter in the household. She is the young adult intern that I'll be using for the doctor career, and I wanted to show her room. It's just a fun, playful room. I really wanted to show a transition from a teen to a young adult for the storyline that I'm going with. Now again, you guys can customize these rooms however you see fit, but for my storyline, I've added clutter here to reflect what she's currently into. So again, her schooling, transitioning to school, for at least college or university, and she has to study a lot and she's not used to it. We got books and clutter and homework and clothing, and so I think all these trinkets and all that really reflect high school life, and then the books reflect college life. And I even put these little letters over here to kind of reflect, she's waiting for college acceptance and all of that. And well, that's been done, but she's starting her internship, and this is all the rest of this is just story clutter. Her bathroom is definitely giving, oops, sorry, my camera's going crazy. It's definitely giving high school, because yeah, it's cutesy and it's colory, even though young adults can have that. But again, that's why it matches my storytelling so well, because it really is a reflection of where she's at in life right now. But yeah, it's a really cute home. I think this is really cute for Tomarang. So that is all of the build. So let me show you guys a floor plan. There's basically 2 bedrooms on each floor, the kids level, the parents level, and the actual home. So kitchen, dining, living space, and then we have our business area, which we have our waiting room, office, workshop, and underneath that we have the yoga studio. So this was a really cool idea, and I had a lot of fun with this. I do want to know what you guys' thoughts are on a lot of different things. Like, what are your thoughts on, the gameplay of the doctor career? When's the last time you played it? What are your thoughts on Apothecary? What are your thoughts on having a yoga studio business? What about with Void Critters? Have you finished that collection? What about with marbles? Have you done that collection? So there's a lot of different things at bay here that you could work around with, which is why I figured you guys would like this a lot. So anyway, if you would like a lot like this, you can find it on my gallery. It is the Tanaka Healing House. Now, it is literally a residential lot. I have it set to generic just for touring purposes because I have a semi-live mode. But it's a residential lot, regular residential lot. It's called the Tanaka Healing House. It is 20 by 15. And just like with anything else that I make, you can literally find it on my gallery called Marsh Attack 12. So it's, that and other builds that I've made, rec centers, parks, even the hospital lot that I made will be up on the gallery. So anyway, if you guys are interested, go feel free to check it out and leave me some comments down below what you think about the build. Can you see yourself playing here? Would you like to play here? And any ideas or thoughts that this sparked in your mind while you went through the tour. So anyway, that was pretty fun. thank you guys so much for, spending some time with me and checking out the build. And until next time, I will see you guys. So, bye.